Welcome back, shop rats. Finally, the work that we were attempting to do in the last episode, we're going to get to do today. We're going to go ahead and get those fabricated floor pans welded into the front area on the 70 Stitches Challenger. Let's watch the show intro. We'll see you in 5, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 seconds. I'm Mike, and this is
My Car's Shop.
In our last episode, we had prepped everything here to get this done, and we were ready to start welding and discovered that we were out of gas. So we're ready to rock and roll. Everything's already in place. Half of it's already cleaned up as far as the backside stuff. So we're going to get right after it and get to tack welding and plug welding and, well, just getting stuff done to get her done. Tack there and a tack there and a tack over here now, so I need to just metal form that down a little bit. It's just a little bit up off the frame, and now we'll get some more tack welds put down that area. So we'll start working our way up the side here, but I want to kind of get this in position first. It was up off of the frame rail a little more than I realized, so I had to kind of do a little bendage to get her down in there, but it'll be fine. Not going to worry about it. We're not looking for perfection, we're looking for function. And if you remember what the floorboard looked like in here before, this is a whole lot better because there wasn't one. But it's going to look really awesome when it's all done. So just ended up having to dunk a little bit more down in there than I thought I was going to. I should have pulled it down with a clamp. I just wasn't thinking about it, but that's fine, you know. All right, we're going to work our way now up this side, I believe, and get some of this welded up in place, and then we'll work our way across the front. And one spot that just kept disappearing on me there, so it took me a while to get that fill welded, but that's all welded up now, so that's looking good. I'm not going to get too carried away with grinding that. We'll do a little bit, but it's going to be fine. It'll be all covered with seam sealer anyway. So our next step now is to go up here and start working our way across over there. So little by little, we're getting there. I'm probably also going to run just a few little stitches in here. I think even the factory might have done that, I'm not sure, but it doesn't hurt anything to just run like a couple of little beads in there just every once in a while, just, you know, give it a little extra strength. Why not? We're just taking our reverse drill, our cutoff drill, putting it in to clean the metal up, although the metal's pretty clean behind there. Okay, the rest of them are still behind clamps, so I'm not going to do those yet. And this actually needs to be squeezed, but we'll this one, we'll move this clamp. We'll get it. Just relax. It'll be okay. It won't be that big a deal. Okay, there we go. We got that welded in down through there now. Little pinhole right there I'll need to fill in, but no biggie. So now we got to go in the engine compartment and go across and do the same thing. Isn't this fun? I also want to go inside and make sure nothing is shifted. Okay, so I had some bare metal there I needed to get some primer on, and I went ahead and shot that at the same time, and I went and shot it up there. It's all welded across the top now. Yeah, so that's ready to be seam sealed up there. Maybe we'll go ahead and do that, maybe not, I'm not sure yet. But we're ready to go ahead and get this piece in here now. So I gotta let that dry. I'm gonna go get some lunch, and then we'll come back and we'll get after that. I think I got everything off the car. It's one thing about a rotisserie is everything goes flying if you don't take everything out of the car. It's kind of funny that way. But what I want to do is I got to do a little trimming on that center floor pan. So I want to flip the car up and mark out exactly where we need to do some trimming and cutting and drilling and all of that sort of stuff. So let's go this way with it. Okay, car's just a little bit off center, but that's fine. So let's go step over into here now. Gotta do some trimming in here, and the quickest way to do that, in my opinion, is just to see how we're just laying down a little line so we know where we got to be there. So that's good. And then there was another spot. Where was it? I think we're okay there. Felt like there was another spot. Oh, that's what it was. We kind of need to know where to there we go, where we got to drill our plug weld holes. So that's kind of important too. We're not looking to be perfect, we're just looking to be done. We got to pull this piece up now and see where we're at with everything. See, it kind of gives you the ballparkish idea. But the other thing I noticed is this is a little high here. So we need to modify that just a Nova Scotia, I think, and get that kind of bent down a little bit more. So I may need to remark that part. We'll see. But that would be over there anyway, right in here. So you can kind of get the idea that if I want to have a nice little half-inch overlap, all I got to do is cut that there and we'll be fine. Otherwise, we know that we need to drill plug weld holes all along in here. Went through and drew a bunch of lines on here where I want stuff. We'll see. Got my holes drilled to attach this floor pan to the other floor pan. Started drilling the holes for that center frame in here, and then of course there's some to go this way. So I'm on the right track there. Everything lines up good. I'm happy with that. So we'll continue that. We'll do 6 more, and we'll see where we're at. I got my Cleco in here. That's my baseline for everything, so I know where I'm supposed to be. So let's pull this out of here now. We can do this without making you guys car sick. It was sharp under there, just so you know. Okay, that's what I thought. So there's a thin spot here. I'm not going to drill any welds there, so it'll be here and here. Okay, good, good. We'll flip you over on the other side here and let you see. Okay, so yeah, here's that. See, I took and we had the gray, and then I just kind of gave myself like a 1/2 inch flange, so I know where I need to be with what. I want to take a look at this here and see what that looks like. Okay, so we can come across this way and then we go that way. So I just wanted to see what that was like in the real world. So we'll just continue our line across there. So that gives us an idea of where we're going to be. I'm going to darken that up a little bit, but okay, so we'll hole, 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 maybe. Just a ballpark, not looking for anything particular, dire or anything, but you kind of get the idea. So we'll go through and get all those drilled. Oh, I forgot to do one in there. Okay, so we'll go through and get those all drilled up now, and then we got to drill some on this edge, but we'll get that next. We'll do this first. Everything's looking good now. I've got all these holes drilled here, the holes drilled here, everything lines up good. I'm happy with that. So now I need to just come over here and drill some holes in that edge and drill some holes on this edge. And I think we're going to be in pretty darn good shape. It's fitting, the more I work on it, the better it's fitting. So I'm really happy with that. It's going to be a lot of plug welding, but that's just kind of the nature of the way this goes. You know, it's stepped on the ratchet. Also need to drill holes in this. Got to remember to do that. But I got this all marked out now. I've got this marked out, and this edge here is marked out, so we'll get those drilled next. We sure made Swiss cheese out of that. Lots of plug welding to do now, but everything's falling into place good. I left my one datum point here that I used to line everything up. All of our plug welds across there are going to look good. We're pre-drilled over there. There's a little piece I'll need to make there at some point. This feels like it's, yeah, it is. It's got to go back just to Nova Scotia, but we'll get that popped in place. It's no big deal. So, I think we're ready. We're pretty close to being ready to go ahead and start
melting the metal to put this in the car.
I knocked that back. That was about, 1/2 inch forward too far. Now that swoops around nice. That means this back lip is off just a little bit, but I can peen that up underneath this way and we'll make that look pretty. It'll be fine. It'll come together nice. This is going to come together nice here now. We'll have to make a couple little patches, of course. Little tweaking here and there, but I'm even bleeding. Know you're doing a job right when you start to shed blood on a job there. Okay, I think we're ready to go ahead. All right, so the next step was to go around and grind off all the burrs. I painted the back side again so that there's no bare metal. And so we're going to get a couple spots tack welded down. And we'll probably start in here and then work our way both directions just to keep things going the way they should. But yeah, I'm pretty tickled with the way this is turning out. It's not bad for a complete moron who has absolutely no education and doesn't know what he's doing, right?
If only I took some classes.
I got 2 nice tacks there and there. I went through with my broken off drill bit and cleaned up underneath on everything except that edge there. So I've got this done. I haven't done that yet, and I haven't done this yet, but I want to go ahead and get this welded across the middle here first, and then we'll go from there. So big steps. Let's get, yeah, this is looking good. Okay, we got most of it, but I want to show you a little trick here. So we've got a spot in here where this is kind of floating up and down. So what I'm going to do to get this held tight together, I can plug weld that one, but I'm going to go along here and try to get these pushed together. Now there's a couple ways I could do that. I could just drill a hole, put a bolt through it, which is tempting. But I'm going to see if we can just peen these together a little bit and just tack it on the edge before we do the plug weld hole. So we'll see which way we go here, but I'm going to plug it here, I'm going to plug it there, and then we'll see if this is going to be stiff enough that if it still flops up and down. And if it does, we'll try to gently push that edge down without pushing the part below down. And we may have to just tack it on the edge a little bit to get a real good peen here. I peen that down with a ball peen and then get that melted together. So it's all done. We just got to finish it up. Here's the problem I've got. I've got to make this, I've got to get this done, and I've got to get that done. And I got to do a little up there. I'd hoped to get all of this done today, but my work has been such that I keep getting interrupted, which is fine. It's my job. I'm very fortunate that some days I can work from home like this, and my job is 90% on the phone, so it's all good. But it has dragged this out. I've been out here for, about 7 hours today, so I'm not going to be able to finish that. But I'm going to go ahead and get this seam sealed so that when we come back, the next episode will be just buzzing around here and getting that done. And that's going to be probably a week from now before I can get to that. I was fortunate today that, like I said, I was able to work from home today, and getting enough employees back that I can send people out on the road and do what my job is supposed to be, which is growing the business and looking for deals for companies that need tech work. It's seam sealed and in primer one more time. And I just wanted to mention that one of the things that I do is I go over the welds with a little bit of the seam sealer, just in case there's any little pits that I didn't see. It'll keep any moisture from getting in. So it may be a little overkill, but being as I'm just absolutely loving this Pour 15 patch stuff. I'm on my third tube on this project already, but I think it's a great way to go, and it just does a nice job, and I'm liking the way it, like I said, that it, oops, I got to brush that one out a little bit. Just any little pinholes that happen to be in the weld, you don't have to worry about anything happening. And again, we're going to go over this with lizard skin, but this has got to dry for a bit here, and then we'll come back and show you what we got. I wish I could got that done today, but I just didn't have enough time. So that will be another little short episode to just get this stuff done in here, and then so we're all done.
We just got to finish it up is what I'm trying to say.
So, but this is still huge progress on this. Great steps forward on stitches. We'll do an outro of that after it's dry, but I'm infringing upon my sweetie's time. It's time for me to be making supper and getting stuff around for the evening and all that kind of stuff. And you can't not worship the goddess. You just got to do it. So it's time to be done in the shop. This is just, this is work. It's a job. It's all that stuff, but it's not as important is what I'm trying to say. So we're over on the Face thing /MyCarShop. We're on the Instagramma. She loves us and gives us cookies, and of course we're here on YouTube, so like, subscribe, share, do all that stuff that you're supposed to do. And the one thing you could do that I would ask is be sure that you share the videos on any social media platforms you're on any forums that you happen to be in. If you're on ebodies.org, share it there, whatever. Anything you found interesting or anything you might question, say, hey, is this guy crazy? I can already answer that. You don't need to ask.
Of course I am.
I would really appreciate it if you'd help the channel grow. That would be awesome, because the more it grows, the more that I can do. And as we always say around here, we don't want you to forget.
Rock!